global outreach and community engagement programs on sustainable built environment, civil engineering, construction management, and project management. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for today, Associate Professor, Professional Technologies IR, Dr. Shuhaida Ismail. Please welcome.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sorry, because the sound is not that clear. Is it Davi Chandra? Am I pronouncing your name right?
Darun, madam, Arun, madam. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Uh, I think I'm giving the wrong CV because today I'm wearing the different hat. Okay, I'm wearing the hat under the institution of Engineers Malaysia. Okay, hang on, let me share my slide first. Okay, okay, can everyone see the slide? Okay, so as briefly introduced by Mr. Chandra just now, okay, I am with the UTM, University Technology Malaysia, but today under different hat as the Secretary come Treasurer of Project Management Technical Division, Institution of Engineers Malaysia, which is very close to your, the so-called, what do you call it, UTM, Uniten, sir? Uniten, IEM Sir Uniten. Okay, I'd like to extend my appreciation. I'd like to thank Ms. Kirtana and Uniten in particular, Ms. Kirtana, Associate Professor Engineer Dr. Ms. Anissa, okay, for inviting the IEM to give some insights on the post-COVID-19 engineering. That was the theme given to us. And also I'd like to thank the behind scene key person, that is Miss Priscilla, Miss Kirtana, Miss Sharmini, and as well as our chairperson today, Chandra. So looking at the topic that I plan to talk today, okay, it's COVID-19 pandemic, okay, challenges and opportunities for engineering professionals. I personally chose this topic rather than focusing on post-COVID engineering itself, because when we talk about the opportunity, obviously it covers both the current crisis as well as the future post-COVID-19. Inshallah, let's pray together, pray hard that this pandemic will end by next year. Okay, inshallah, I mean. Okay, so since this is like new norm, you know, everything is online, I try to deliver this talk as non-conventional as possible. Okay, it is included as a part of the very pictorial presentation, so I hope you can pay attention on those pictures just to give you the smooth journey on the challenges and opportunities for engineering professionals during this evening, Saturday evening, Friday evening, where we should have nasi, pisang goreng and teh tarik with our parents at home. Okay, so before I dwell more into these COVID-19 pandemic challenges and opportunities for engineering professionals, okay, I will go through the Malaysian perspective. But before that, let us see what has this COVID-19 pandemic impact the global scenario. Okay, so as we can see here, this is the report by the howmuch.net on the net income loss. Okay, how this pandemic has adversely impacted the major conglomerates in the world. Okay, as you can see here, the most impacted could be the oil and gas or energy corporations, for instance Shell, you know, the British Petroleum, BP, what else, the Santander is the banking system, a banking service provider in Spain. Okay, in Santander is a city in Spain. And then we can also see Chevron, American oil and gas. And then Boeing. Okay, we have this American airlines manufacturer and also the missiles manufacturer. What else? The telecommunication devices, which are very close to engineering professions. Okay, And we also have the automotive manufacturer, right? Renault, the French company. And we have the Germany companies. We have here two. One is Volkswagen. And then what else? Yeah, we have this Mercedes-Benz Daimler, and also GM, the General Motors, and also airlines. Okay, American Airlines, the biggest airline in the world. Delta, American Airlines as well, and Southwest. Southwest is comparable to our AirAsia, is the low cost airlines provider in the United States. So as you can see, these major corporations are very much related to our engineering professions. Okay, your future career as an engineer. Okay, even Booking.com, even though the impact is quite small, because they are apparently operating online. Okay, so let us see what has this impact to the Malaysian GDP as a whole. Okay, as compared to, as you can see, this is the gross domestic product of Malaysia between 2009 to 2020. There are only two numbers with negative. Okay, that is in 2009 and 2020. This 2009, okay, happened because of this the so-called global recession, when at that time Barack Obama just took over the White House in somewhere in October 29, and it happens that this banking system, the bankers in the United States, they are given too many housing loans. Okay, these are due to this mortgage issues, where they give loans to borrowers who are not able to pay back their loans. Okay, what we call the borrower with the poor credit histories. Okay, poor credit ability. So as we can see here, it records negative 1.51 of Malaysian GDP. What happened in the United States has impacted us, but rather during this COVID-19, it impacted adversely at negative 1.7. Okay, it's even worse within this bear in mind, this GDP is in the first quarter, only in the first quarter of 2020. Okay, and as we can see here, this is the report by the Department of Statistics Malaysia. We are looking at the overall scenario of the Malaysian industries. I just focus on those industries related to engineering professionals. Okay, let's see the construction. Okay, construction is the most impacted at negative 7.9. Okay, compared to agriculture. Okay, agriculture is not very much. It's much related to the much contribution to this industry, to this economic. But now I'm talking about engineering perspective per se. Okay, as you can see, it's negative 7.9. This is the worst contraction recorded by the construction industry since 1998. What we had in 1998? 1998, we had this Asian economic downturn. Okay, but at that time, we just record probably like negative 3% compared to negative 7.9. Okay, the same happens to this oil and gas, the mining and quarrying at negative 2. But fortunately, we will still have a positive record for the GDP for our manufacturing industry, okay, at 1.5, even though it's been contracted a little bit from 3% last year. Okay, so basically what we can see here, most of our major industries related to engineering professionals are adversely impacted due to this COVID-19. What happened to our employment rate? Okay, within the first 5 months of COVID-19, that is from January 2020 up until May 2020, we have recorded an increment of more than 2% of unemployment rate. Okay, so we project this to be increased. Even now in October, it has been increased close to 6%. Okay, but we hope that we can stop this increment in terms of unemployment rate. Yeah, you will be graduating next year, third year, another 2 years. Okay, hopefully this will be recovered. Okay, at that time. Okay, so now I've discussed the global scenario, the current scenario in Malaysia in terms of the impact of COVID-19. Okay, the COVID-19 has undeniably impacted us as the nation, yeah. Okay, so let us see, okay, back to the topic that is on the challenges and opportunities for engineering professionals. What are the challenges await us as an engineer? You as the potential engineer, you as the future engineer, okay? Oh, before I go into that, let's see what are the challenges as a nation. We will first get shocked, okay, with the current increase of our COVID-19 patients, okay, COVID-19 cluster where we had this tablik, okay, Sri Petaling tablik cluster. Until now, this tablik cluster is the largest, okay, it remains the largest COVID-19 cluster in Malaysia, even though we have the Sabah election and whatnot, okay. So what happened, okay, before that tablik cluster, we were so complacent. Oh, it won't come to Malaysia. Malaysia is very contained. You know, that is China's businesses, nothing to do with us. But when the first case increment, okay, within less than a week, where we have from 80 to 200, okay, with 2 deaths in mid-March, okay, we Malaysians, we began to panic, okay. Anxiety comes in, fear comes in. So people, we Malaysian, we start to do panic purchase, panic buying, okay. Then even more, what caused more problems to us is that, okay, we were trying to find all this hand sanitizer, all this PPE to fight against this COVID-19. Even though Malaysian government says, okay, there will be sufficient supply, okay, for local needs. Unfortunately, okay, we as a nation, we are not able to cater the demand for face mask, okay. Face mask, hand sanitizer, no stock. Even there was stock, the price was piling like 200 ringgit per box, okay. So okay, even this is more sadis lah. The doctors and the nurses, our frontliners, okay, because of the running out of the supplies, the running out of the personal protective equipment for them to fight against this COVID-19, they have to wear the dustbins as a part of their, you know, as effort, okay, as a part of their efforts to counterbat the running out of supplies, okay. And let's see what happens to the companies, including the engineering firms, okay. They complain that 83% of them complain that they have difficulties to communicate with their customers online, you know, because this is the new norm. We cannot see face to face. We have all these social distances, and we were under MCO and movement restriction order. So what we have is that only online devices, online tools, online platform. So 83% complain they have difficulty, whereas 70% experience disruption. Okay, some of them, they are not very well versed with the apps or with the you know, with the devices and so on and so forth. So this probably being impacted by being tabulated, okay, this being tabulated by this research done by MDEC on what are the impacts of COVID-19 to the business, of which include the engineering firms, okay. I will just talk about the technology. As you can see here, many complaints come in terms of difficult to communicate, okay, probably due to the disruption, due to the apps inability, and also because of the connectivity when they have to work from home, okay, because we are not prepared with this communicable disease. So they have insufficient data, insufficient infrastructure, you know, with the homeschooling and with all these domestic problems that we have to face on a sudden emergence of this COVID-19. This has caused various impacts, challenges to the businesses. Okay, since I am a civil engineer by profession, I would also like to touch in particular on the impact on civil engineering professionals. Okay, so I'll be talking in the perspective of construction industry. Okay, so construction industry in Malaysia is undeniably impacted. Okay, as you can see here, many projects are being delayed or cancelled, while which are quite fortunate, they are only instructed to stop the work for a while. Okay, not the permanent stop work. Yeah. So why is this happen? Because it is due to their violation or non-compliance of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988 and the CIDB Act 520. Okay, so what happened, as you can see here, okay, this is in Malay, the notice larangan, okay, the notice has been given by CIDB to this particular construction site to stop work because they are violating the instruction by Majlis Keselamatan Negara or the National Safety Council. Okay, so that is a part of the Malaysian MCO direction. So when the project delay, what happened to all these many materials, all these machineries, plants? You still have to pay. Okay, you still have to pay. So the cancellation, the delay means money is running. Okay, money is running without any progress. Okay, so what happened? The CIDB claims, even the Ministry of Works claimed that, okay, we have to ask them to stop work. Why? Because only 9% complied with the SOPs. Only 9%. Means 99% they are actually violating the MCOs, the SOPs given by the MKN, the CIDB, as well as the MOW, and probably by the Ministry of Health as well. Okay, so we embrace, yeah, we know that we Malaysia, we put very high reliance on foreign workers, especially in engineering and construction sector, on these unskilled workers, okay, where we hire a lot of unskilled workers from the low income countries, for instance, from Indonesia, from Bangladesh, Myanmar, and so on, where in fact we have 93%, okay, from 100% of our unskilled workers, 93% are actually from these foreign workers, whereas only 7% are local workers. Okay, as claimed by World Health Organization, WHO, these foreign workers, they are considered as the vulnerable community, means the community that is very easily infected by this coronavirus transmission. There are various reasons which I won't touch on it. Okay, just one of the reason is because of communications breakdown. Okay, they couldn't understand the MCO, they couldn't understand the SOP instructions, they might not be well versed in Bahasa or even in English, so it has caused this high vulnerability amongst these foreign workers. And not only about this communication breakdown, as we can see, the way of their living style. Okay, they live in a kongsi, okay, where the kongsi is this labor accommodation. This kongsi is usually cramped, full house, okay, with too many foreign workers. Okay, this makes the social distancing impossible. This is claim, yeah, this is not my claim, this is claimed by the Ministry of Works himself. And even we know about this centralized labor quarters, the CLQ. CLQ is this like a structured kongsi lah, it's a structured kongsi initiated under the CITP, Construction Industry Transformation Plan, in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, even though it's quite structured, okay, the maximum is 2 stories, okay, but still these foreign workers, they live within their originally accustomed lifestyle. Okay, they like to drink together, they don't practice social distancing, so this also increased the potential spread of the COVID-19. And this is just the last 4 days. Okay, we were shocked that 1,103 new cases were detected, where 40% are from construction cluster in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, this is because of the factors that I mentioned about. And also, surprisingly, because of this miscommunication, the misunderstanding, the communication breakdown, many of these construction workers escaped during this COVID-19 swab test. Okay, why they escape? Because of the fear, maybe because they don't have this, they are illegal workers. So this would lead to the increment of the public spread of COVID-19. So we look at what are the concerns of the engineering. I'm talking about the engineering professionals in terms of returning to work during the post-COVID-19. Okay, they look at they put higher concerns on the economic downturn globally, and also the new wave of COVID-19 infection, where currently we are in the third wave, and also the financial impact, okay, on the capital resources, in terms of the salaries that they will get, and things like that. And we are quite surprised that they don't have any, they have very low concern on cybersecurity risk, yeah, and also the lack of confidence, means they have high confidence that their employer will be able to keep them safe when they have to return to work after the post COVID-19. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, however, when we look at the impact, okay, on engineering and construction companies, many of these engineering companies claim that we might have very low increase of revenue and profit. Okay, why is it so? It could be, okay, before I'll go into why is it so, let us see within this industry. Okay, many of us are expecting to work from home frequently after the COVID-19. As you can see here, the number has been increased compared to the previous before the pre-COVID-19. Okay, so we can see that these engineers, okay, we engineers, we have the expectation that we have to work, okay, on site, online, okay, throughout the post-COVID-19. But there are also some workers, some engineers, some professionals that are expected to work on site during the post-COVID-19. So when this this data collection, this survey was done, it shows that there are some expectations by the engineers that the employer would make the remote work as a permanent options, means they are able to work online permanently if it is allowed. Okay, but however, they also put high expectation, okay, on the on-site works, that the safety measurements, the safety requirement will be improved by the employer, okay, and also the work sites are able to promote physical distancing among the workers, okay, and also to improve the remote working experience. But if possible, they still want to work online, okay, work from home. However, okay, even though it's easy to talk in theory, it's easy to discuss this in theory, physically, okay, practically, construction industry does not have the luxury of working from home, because there is a substantial need for the construction workers to physically present at work site. Yeah, so when we talk about this presence at work site, okay, we see that the industry, the construction industry, the engineering firms, they find that it's quite difficult to identify new revenues of opportunity, okay, where their confidence is very low. However, they have the confidence, okay, this industry, the professionals have confidence that their safety expectation will be met. Okay, the companies will be providing a safe working environment for them, and also they will be provided all these protocols, sufficient protocols. But in terms of new revenues, not so confidence, yeah, not so confidence amongst these construction, these engineering professionals. So what happened was, when they do this survey in June 2020, it was found that in order to face the inconfidence in terms of finding the new revenues, the new revenues for the sustainability of these engineering firms, we found that, oh, they cut costs. The cost cutting has been implemented in terms of workforce. They reduce the workforce, they reduce the facilities, the general capital expenditure, the operation has been reduced, the IT, the R&D and has been reduced. However, as we can see here, not much impact on the cyber security or privacy, which I will talk later why it is not being impacted. So this is proven due to this workforce cutting, workforce reduction of workforce. We can see many of people who lost their jobs, they try to find new opportunity, new emerging jobs. Like these pilots, he started off this pilots me and Rojak store, due to his job that was grounded, from this COVID-19. Even the pilot, impact on the pilot. So let's see what are the other challenges to our engineering professions. We could see that a contraction of -4.6 in terms of structure, machinery and equipment, and also exports, very much related to engineering professions, and also import of goods and services. All recorded the negative, or we call contraction line, rather other than the government supplies, government expenditure and other expenditure, private consumption expenditure. So the engineering firms, we have to face that there is a decrease in demand, decrease of demand because of this. All is contracted, all is negative. There is no increment in terms of income, in terms of number of contracts, in terms of businesses. So this would impact our decrease in demands for our services and products, engineering services and products, because it's a global problem, it's a global demand reduction, where it also lead to the less number of residential and commercial projects. Can you give me 1 minute? So that's the online, the problem with the online work from home, the challenges as a speaker from work from home. And then this is also impacted due to the unemployment that I've shared before, and also the low GDP growth. The study by this engineering society in the United States found that engineering profession won't be exempted from the COVID-19 job fallout. However, there is a good news, engineers will be needed more than ever before, which I will discuss later in the opportunities. However, we know that we have these growing roles of IoT, all this internet, ICT, within this engineering fraternity throughout this COVID-19. However, one of our main challenges is that construction industry is still slow in its adoption, where a recent study shows that even though within this COVID-19, there is a negative 18% growth compared to other industries. Manufacturing industries, no problem at all, but construction, negative 18%. And since this COVID-19 has also impacted this supply chain, it's also disrupting the supply chain within the global supply chain of the construction industry. we have to rely more on the local suppliers, obviously. Even though the local suppliers, the price is higher and delivery is also longer, but this is good. Yeah, this is in fact preparing us as a industry to be more resilient. Let's say we have future disruptions of another viruses, na'udzubillah. At least we have prepared ourselves to localize, to use our local availability, to use our whatever local resources that we have. Okay, so now we go on to what are the opportunities that await the engineering professions during the COVID-19 and also during the post-COVID-19 crisis. Okay, I think this has been talked during the fourth industrial revolution era, when we early last year, when everyone was talking about 4IR, Industry 4.0. We've been bombarded with this information that 65% of children in primary schools today in Malaysia or around the world will ultimately ending up working in completely new job types, okay, that do not yet currently exist. It happens now during the COVID-19. Okay, previously we never had this what is your job, sir? I'm a COVID-19 contact tracer. Okay, we've never heard that type of job. Okay, so now we have contact tracer, temperature takers, health monitors, and workplace redesigners. So what these have to do with us? What has these jobs, okay, have to do with us? We as an engineer, there are various opportunities that we can dig in from these jobs, because these jobs are very much related to other jobs, including engineers, okay, which I will discuss. Okay, for instance, you see New Balance. Ni budak-budak muda tahulah ni. New Balance, the sports attire, okay, sports shoes and sports clothing, okay. Previously, the focus are only on athletic and outdoor clothing, but now they have been focusing on face mask. Okay, you see, they see this COVID-19 as the opportunity for them to expand their business. They try to embrace themselves with the new norms. Otherwise, if they still focusing on producing, sport shoes, who are going to wear sport shoes in house while we are all contained during the MCO? So this is the opportunity that they try to grab. Okay. Other than that, okay, I'm not sure whether you know or not about our techniques, our model for early detection of COVID-19. Okay, we are actually adopting the South Korean model, that is TTT. Okay, what is TTT? Test. Okay, just 2 frequent tests. So when our current capability is 11,500 samples a day, where we have 48 laboratories, testing facilities, where the capacity is 16,500 tests per day. So can you see the opportunities as an engineer here? Okay, we have the laboratories, we have the testing facilities that we can work on. We are problem solvers. We are risk takers, which are very, very much needed. Okay, for this early detection of COVID-19 cases. Even Rentokil, during my time when I heard about Rentokil, okay, the first thing come out into my mind is lipas, cockroach, nyamuk, or semut, or all these termites, pest control services. But nowadays, if you go through website of Rentokil, they are looking for engineers, because now they are exploring, okay, looking at opportunities into the specialist disinfection services for COVID-19. You see here, it's specialist disinfection services of confirmed cases of COVID-19 to disinfect the property using the technology, using the engineering knowledges and applications, okay, throughout the services by Rentokil. Okay, even here now, nampak buruk, but it's applicable. It's doable. We have this plexiglass usage, okay, where the usage has gone up substantially, okay, where it has been used as shields, grocery stores, restaurants, office spaces to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So where is the function of engineers here? We could be the person who the important person to produce in bulk or produce in rapid the plexiglass production, manufacturing, and also probably the design, the design of the spaces to be used by this plexiglass, okay. And we, Alhamdulillah, now the government has set new face mask ceiling price where we totally ban the exports. So this is another opportunity to be grabbed by the engineers, okay. We come out with these innovative techniques for massive productions, okay, non-surgical mask, to meet the enormous demands by the current market. That's why nowadays we can get a good WHO certified mask, okay, at the price of maybe 80 cents, okay, or 1 ringgit, okay. And even engineers, they are playing their important roles, okay. They have expanding their roles. They develop new type of protective face mask, okay, which counteract the side effects of probably oxygen deficiency ke, or makeup hilang ke, okay. You come up with all these solutions to the current problem faced by the public on throughout this COVID-19 pandemic, okay. Even we are the frontliners, okay, the so-called frontliners in the research and development for the manufacturing of 3D printed medical goggles used to combat COVID-19, okay. And we know that currently we have this huge demand, okay, in virtual events. We have conferences. This was like last week, okay, where obviously engineers are the best person, are the only experts on the audio and video technologies, yeah, where we help in facilitating the usage of video conferences technology, okay. And looking at this video conferencing platform, okay, I got this from Hootsuite, okay. It is found that many, okay, now currently we are using the Microsoft Meets. Is there any Microsoft Meets here? Microsoft Teams, yeah, Microsoft Teams. Okay, so we are amongst the 75 million per day. Okay, per day, I'm talking about per day of those users in Microsoft Teams. But it is not comparable. We cannot beat, we can't beat the Zoom, 300 million a day. I think most of the schools, like my children's school, 2 different schools, all are using Zooms as their daily class, online class, okay. And also that is 300 million, and then Google Meet, 100 million per day, okay. But Cisco WebEx, this mostly used by higher education institution like my university, UTM. It's 500 million but per month, okay, yeah, because it's usually used for, you know, meeting purposes, formal meeting purposes, okay. This is the what do you call this, live streaming. Live streaming, it has become the new norm. This is the live streaming in China. Okay, we are waiting for this if it happens in Malaysia, but no social distancing. Unfortunately, no social distancing here. Okay, let's see how people spend their time using these gadgets, okay. Most of people spend using smartphones or mobile phones, and I believe like 70% attendees here are using their mobile phone, okay, to hear to this talk, okay. Smartwatch, the least, that is 9.1%. Many of us, like me, I don't even have smartwatch or smart speaker, games console, ni semua youngsters lah ni, smart TV or media streaming line, okay. But laptops is quite reasonable at 47%, okay. For the desktop, I left it in my office, cannot enter the office, so it's 33% only. Okay, what are the activities? Activities like this Friday evening, you should be spending watching movies, watching K-pop movies. So 54% of female, betul ke? 54% of female watching more shows and films on streaming services. Okay, I only know K-pop. I don't know, maybe others, Korean, whatever. Hindustan ada ke? Okay, no more. That is during my time and Prof Anissa lah kot, Hindustan. Okay, and then spending longer time using social media, Facebook, Insta, okay, Twitter, okay, longer time using messenger messages, okay, but the list is listening to more podcasts, okay. So what are, can you see what are the potential opportunities that we can grab from here? Okay, we need more streaming services, we need more streaming devices, social media apps. Those are the jobs of the engineers. Okay, these are within our fraternity skills. Okay, and then we can see that why the girls like to watch K-pop. Oh, it helps me to cope with COVID-19 lockdowns in general. More 83% says it helps to cope with this stress due to the COVID-19. Okay, but others also claim that it helps with the homeschooling, you know, keep in touch with the friends since social distancing and restriction movement has been imposed. So some says it helps with the shopping. Okay, but very less says it improve the income and finance, yeah, because of this, you know, the GDP, everything. Okay, the claim that it helps to cope with this lockdown, with the stress, it is, how to say, it's significant. It is comparable with the findings with the most used emoji on Twitter. If you can see here, okay, most of this, from these 10 emoji, 8 emojis are on happy faces lah, and happy, it shows happy feelings lah, happiness are except for 09, number 9 and number 5. Okay, this is because of this, the crucial functions played by this online. Okay, but this is quite surprise to me. I'm not sure whether it's surprise to you guys as well. Okay, you see the TikTok overview. I was surprised looking at 54% of the male users. It is more male users of TikTok compared to female. So many TikTokers lah here in this talk amongst the male. Okay. Okay, mobile internet connection. Okay, this is another opportunities that we can tap on. Okay, Malaysia, we are quite poor in terms of internet connection compared to our neighbor countries like Vietnam and Thailand and even Singapore lah kan. But you see here, this is great opportunity for us because the mean connection speed worldwide is 34.7, where we are at 24.3. So we have high potential. We as engineers have high potential to contribute to increase the connection speeds, okay, via whatever means, okay. And we have to acknowledge the fact that COVID-19 has also created a paradigm shift how work is done quickly. Okay, the key term is how it is done quickly, however safely, and how businesses can protect the employees and also the customers. As for construction industry, we can see that the safety related roles has been significantly grown. Okay, where the construction companies continue to evolve with their workplace practices. This is one of the construction site that we visited last month before the PPKP. As you can see, they have a very strict health protocols, even though it's more flexible. Okay, when these Bangladeshi, I'm not sure, Bangladeshi worker wants to enter, they need to key in some data, and rather than only trace the temperature, there are other requirements that they need to do. Yeah. And as you can see here, okay, this is just a construction site, not yet the office. Okay. Okay, various OSHI, occupational safety, health and environment procedures are also being enforced. We have the sanitary protocols, okay, the hygiene, the toolbox talk. They have to do it frequently because of the miscommunication. Remember the one that I talked about, the 93% of the unskilled workers amongst these non-English and non-Malay spoken foreign workers. So the toolbox talks are very important to deliver the message. Okay, they have also the system to track the health status of workers. Who designed this system? Who else? Yeah, who else? It's an engineer. It's engineers. Yeah, regular swab tests and prompt reporting of health issues using the apps. Who created the apps? Who developed the apps? Engineers. Okay, so on top of this PPE, yeah, I was talking about the apps. Yeah, apps in planning staggering shift, tracking safe distances. We have yet to have this. Okay, these are some ideas, some opportunities that you can grab on. Yeah, maybe you can use this as a part of your final year project title. Looking at you come up with these tracking devices of safe distances. Yeah, the locations. Okay, in full compliance with the privacy regulation. You have to comply with the PDPA 2010 to quickly identify the exposures to the viruses. Okay, engineers. We are all engineers. Okay, we are number one, a problem solver, a very quick problem solver, as I mentioned here, the small one. Be able to think quickly. These are our amongst the qualities of engineer. We are focused. We have the skill, the STEM skills. We are a very good team player. We give full cooperation to a well-planned project. Our communication skills are very good and efficient. We have the curiosity that triggers the innovative ideas so that we can solve the problems quickly. We usually think out of the box rather than, just focus mainly on the problems. So this is proven. Okay, I give example from my university, UTM. They developed the prototype ventilator machine using the 3D printer technology. Okay, so these medical devices, it's for the medical person, for the medical frontliners. It assists the COVID-19 patients in the ICU. And also this is in the University of Melbourne. Okay, the multidisciplinary. Can you please read the word in the sentence that I highlighted in red? It states there multidisciplinary experts, means it could be engineer, it could be non-engineer, but the subsequent terms has engineered. They still use the word has engineered. So multidisciplinary experts, they work together closely with the engineer to come up with this ventilation hood within, you see, within on the bottom, within 48 hours. This is what we call quick decision. We are also a risk taker. That's why we can make decision quickly. Okay. This is in, I'm not sure which country, but this is Malaysia, but I'm not sure which doctors, which engineers. They created the 3D face shield to overcome the shortage of PPE using the printer. And even here, the non-medical experts, okay, they are looking for the helps from the engineers. Nampak ni? I highlighted here. They're looking for the assistance from the engineers. These are the opportunities that you need to grab in, okay? Because they ask for the 3D printers exploration to come up with these solutions to help fighting the COVID-19. Okay, and the engineers are also playing the important role, okay, in the crisis of communications and also food securities through our solutions. Even here in IIUM, UIA, okay, this is a medical doctor in IIUM in Kuantan, okay. She urged the engineers, okay, she didn't urge the doctors, she didn't urge the what else, the pilot, she didn't urge the teacher, or she didn't urge the lecturer or the scientist. No, she urged the engineers to help them assist the frontliners by creating these makeshift isolation devices. Okay. Okay, I have a short movie of around 30 seconds, I think, on how fast we are taking action into provide solution to this COVID-19. See, they managed to build the hospital within 10 days. Who are they? Of course, engineers. Okay, so the crisis has provided the ideal conditions within which an engineering perspective can flourish. Okay, because we are actually providing the solutions not only for technical but also non-technical. Okay, let us see what are the non-technical solutions, okay, that we are providing here. In which university ni? Wisconsin Madison in United States. Okay, these industrial and system engineering students and the professors, they come out with the non-technical solution to the COVID-19 problems. That is, they come out with the guidelines for voting system. It doesn't sound technical at all. Okay, it's non-technical, but it's offered by the engineer. Okay, when you are an engineer, don't think that you are only solving the problems within the engineering fraternity. There are more. Remember, we are problem solver. No matter whether it's engineering or non-engineering related, we solve the problems as quick as possible compared to other professions. Okay, you see here, the engineers. Okay, the engineers demonstrated their full capacity. Especially last minute work, betul ke? Especially during the last minute work submission. Okay, I was an engineering student as well. Okay, so what happened was they can create prototype, okay, quickly in days and complete devices in weeks, only weeks, which would normally take about 2.5 years. Okay, this is claimed by Ventilator Challenge UK. They organized a competition to solve a problem of this COVID-19 amongst the engineering student, and this is their findings. The 2.5 years works can be done within weeks. Okay, and you can see here that even though we have this supply chain disruption from COVID-19, even though we have low demand in many of the products, okay, like the housing products, the construction products, yeah, the supply chain products, IT, software and hardware are seen as a growth catalyst. Okay, we can see the security software demand has been increasing. Yeah, why? Because of the growing remote workforce. Because when we work from home, okay, our laptops and mobility devices are exposed to this non-secure environment. So it's very important for these devices to get supports from the security software. Okay, so this is where the engineers play their roles. Okay, as we can see here, even though our spending is less, right, because of this COVID-19, our capability because of the shrinking of in our GDP, all the spending is become lesser, except for the IT spending. You can see here the IT spending forecast during this COVID-19 has increased by 3 billion, I think, okay, from 65 to 68. So this is the opportunities that we can tap on. IT engineers, we are like friends, you know. So these are the thing that you can tap on, okay. Even though you are, and let's say you are not an IT engineer, you are a civil engineer, there are various opportunities for you to tap on, okay, on this IT, okay. And another opportunities is that different models of hybrid working are anticipated. So we must come out with different apps, with various apps, various devices that would assist the workers who work from home, okay? And cybersecurity, okay, the one that I talked before, needs to be doubled since more sensitive information will now pass through the internet and home systems. Then the function, the emerging function of engineers are feasible, okay? And advanced data analytics tools may help navigate the COVID-19 crisis. We cannot now rely on the calculate one manually one by one. Yeah, we must rely on the data analytics, okay, to continue creating value during the crisis and after the crisis, so that we can provide more better informed decision making, okay. We are more data driven nowadays, okay, based on data that we have. So when we're talking about data, okay, skilled data analysts, okay, or sometimes called as information scientists, are amongst the sought after professionals in the world. However, the supply is so limited. Even there is a very limited numbers of courses, bachelor degree courses on data analysis, okay. Therefore, the data analysts command huge salaries, okay, even at entry levels. But doctor, what this has to do with us engineers? You are talking about data analysts, doctor, data scientists, not data engineers. Okay, wrong perception. Okay, before I discuss that, I like to show you the data analyst average monthly salary. Okay, you see, almost 100% of these data analysts in Malaysia own 9,550 ringgit Malaysia or less. Okay, 75% 8,000 or less. 50% 6,300 or less. The 25%, this could probably the fresh graduate lah, like you guys, 4,000 ringgit and less. Okay, why I said that data analyst is very closely related to engineers. Okay, these are the data analyst skill sets. Okay, they are actually not only the data scientists, they also involve engineering. As you can see here, the elements of engineering are much more compared to the science, okay. For the science, they only need the data science and data analytics, very straightforward. For the engineering, they need the back-end engineering, means whatever engineering background that you have, mechanical, civil, electrical, okay, mechatronics and whatever, and machine learning engineering skills, and also data engineering. Means, let's say you are Dr. Nash, a civil engineer, okay, with this tukar lain lah, okay. Let's say you are a mechanical engineer, okay, that is your engineering background. Then throughout your working experience, you will get this machine learning engineering and data engineering to fit on the skill set of data analyst. No worries, doctor, where can I get this machine learning engineering, data engineering? You know, nowadays Malaysia is actually giving a lot of opportunities for you to upskilling and reskilling. Okay, here, I put here, open to upskilling and reskilling. You have to take this opportunity whilst the upskilling and reskilling programs are conducted online. You don't have to attend physically, it's all online. You just watch, then you will get your certificate. Certificate of machine learning engineering, certificate of data engineering. Because you know what? 10% said that their skills and requirements no longer meet their current job requirements. That's why it's very important for you engineers, for you newcomers in engineering field, to upskill and reskill your knowledge and skills. Okay, so we can see now that offered by these government agencies, okay, is given on these upskilling programs, not because of they don't have time, not because of, okay, we just want to upskill so that many data analysts. No, no, no. They want to avoid current skills to atrophy, means current skill mati macam tu saja. While the work from home, when you work from home, you are just having this face to face, I mean just online non-physical attachment with these players. So your potential, your skill would be idle. So this is where the upskilling and reskilling programs are important. Okay, I just give you one example. Okay, maybe you can just Google later after this. Okay, the government has this Penjana KPT CAP, Kemajuan Kerjaya Kementerian Pengajian Tinggi. Okay, it's an upskilling reskilling under Pelanjana Semula Ekonomi Negara. It costs 100 million. Okay, so you see, objektif meningkatkan kebolehpasaran graduan, your marketability lah. Okey, mengurangkan pengangguran akibat COVID dan meningkatkan kemahiran pekerja yang hilang pekerjaan. So, siapa yang layak? Warga negara. See the graduates who is not getting the job yet. Okay, so you might be one of these. Okay, there are also upskilling and reskilling programs for those who are working. Even though you are working, you can take this program. Usually they do it online Saturday and Sunday. So rather than watching only the K-pop movie at home, maybe you can spend your Saturday, Sunday wisely lah. Okay, what happened more is that internationalization will become less viable, because obviously even you see as this tourism industry, we focus more on local tourism. Okay, because the government puts more restriction on foreign company to empower more local businesses. So this is where we engineers can bloom. Okay, and even another challenges that I would perceive that would impact the engineering fraternity is about the contract management. I would believe that contract management is a very good area to tap on currently, because as we perceive now, when the project delays because of this COVID-19, the blame will be legally placed on the contractors or on the construction firms, construction companies. So in contract management, there is an opportunity for you guys, engineers, to look into the legal shield. Okay, the legal shield in the contract management, so that it can protect, okay, the contracting players. Okay, because usually, obviously, various contracting players will seek to terminate or renegotiate the contracts throughout this pandemic. Yeah, so this is where you can play your roles. Okay, and here I talk about e-commerce. Yeah, e-commerce, yes, e-commerce related to commerce, but how it has to do with engineers. Okay, you know, currently the e-commerce has become the recent boom. Okay, because everything is bought online. So what we can do as an engineer is, obviously we can see here, people are buying more items on platform of e-commerce. Okay, this is the comparison to the pre-pandemic benchmark. You see, meaning the pre-pandemic it was here. But after the COVID-19, the sports equipment purchase through e-commerce was like 83%, of which include the New Balance tadi lah, the New Balance face mask, okay, supermarkets, retails, fashion, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what is the function of engineers here? We have the potential to rethink how work is done, how this e-commerce can be done quickly, more quickly. So this can be done by you try to embrace, you try to leverage the adoption of digital capabilities using all these engineering techniques. Okay, I am about to come to the end of my presentation. Okay, 1 hour, okay, 1 hour approximately. Okay, I just want to give a short story lah, petang-petang Jumaat ni ya, kita relax sikit sebelum habis. Okay, this is a story kelakar. It's just for fun, it's just for laugh. The difference between non-engineers and engineers. Do we have non-engineers here, Dr. Anissa? Nanti dia get intimidated lah. Okay, intimidated. Okay, tak apa. Ini kelakar-kelakar je. Okay, not engineers and engineers. Okay, so there is one engineer lah. Engineer ni says, okay, I want to get easy money. Okay, I want to get easy money. This engineer, let's say the engineer, okay, I want to get easy money lah. So he sets up a clinic, okay, a clinic, and then a scam clinic lah ni, okay, set up a clinic and it puts there an announcement, get your treatment for 500 ringgit, okay, means you have to pay me 500 ringgit. If you are not treated well by me using my medicine, okay, or using my treatment, whatever, you will get back 1,000 ringgit. Very convincing kan, very attractive kan, okay. So at least I can get 500 ringgit back, right? Let's say I didn't get treated well as his patient, then I pay 500, but then I will get 1,000, then I will get extra 500. No worries. Okay, so comes this doctor. Okay, this is a real doctor, a real medical doctor. I think this is a very experienced medical doctor compared to these young engineers. Okay, this young engineer who's trying to scam people lah. Okay, and then this very experienced doctor kata, okay, this is a very good opportunity lah to get 500 extra ringgit. Okay, 500 extra ringgit. So he came, this old doctor, this experienced doctor came to see the engineer. Okay, dia pun cakap, he complained to the engineer. Oh, doctor, I don't know lah, I lost my taste lah. I don't have any taste these few days. Oh, then the engineer said, oh, you have lost your taste. No worries. I can solve, I am a problem solver. I can solve any problem on earth quickly, very quickly. So what happened? He said to his nurse, okay, nurse, please take this medicine at rack number 22, okay, rack number 22, and put 2 drops into this gentleman's mouth, okay. And the nurse came with the box from rack number 22 and put 2 drops in the old doctor's lah, the experienced doctor's mouth. And then the doctor says, "Ayo, this is kerosene. Congratulations. Now you have got your taste back. Please pay me 500 ringgit. Okay, then the experienced doctor was so angry. Alamak, I got cheated by this this young doctor, 500 ringgit. Okay, so he came back a day after, the next day, and he went to see that young doctor, the engineer. Doctor, I've lost my memory lah. I cannot remember anything. Even I don't know what is my name, where I'm from, what is my job. I can't remember anything. Can you help me, doctor? Oh, no worries. I'm a very good problem solver. I can solve your problems very fast. Okay. Nurse, can you please take the medicine from rack number 22 and put 2 drops in this gentleman's mouth? Then what the experienced doctor said? Hey, doctor, you put that drops yesterday on my mouth. It's gasoline. Very good, very good. Congratulations. Now you have got your memory back. So please pay me 500 ringgit. Okay. So the doctor was so angry. Okay. The experienced doctor was so angry. So the next day, he said, okay, I've lost my 1,000 ringgit. I cannot lose anymore. I must get my money back. Okay, so he went and see the engineer and said, doctor, now I lost my eyesight. I cannot see anything. I cannot see anything. Then what the engineer said, alamak, Mr. X, I'm so sorry lah. This time I'm not a problem solver. I cannot solve your problem at all. Okay, so now I will return to you back as I promised before, if you are not well treated, I will give to you 1,000 ringgit. Okay, so now I return to you 1,000 ringgit. Then what did the doctor say, the experienced doctor? Hey doctor, you said 1,000 ringgit, but this is only 500 ringgit. Congratulations. Finally, you have got your eyesight. You can differentiate between 500 ringgit and 1,000 ringgit note. So you see how extraordinary engineers are, how creative we are, how problem solvers we are. Okay, so my idea is that, okay, my idea is, we are not talking about the unethical thing behind the stories. Okay, you must be extraordinary. We engineers, we must be extraordinary. We cannot see this COVID-19 as the barrier to our enhancement in performance, enhancement how we want to pursue our life. We cannot see this COVID-19 as the barrier. Okay, we must be creative. Okay, extraordinary. Pergi kerja, pergi kuliah pakai kasut macam ni. Okay, so in order to see whether this Uni10 IEM SIR members are extraordinary, okay, I will show a short movie. I want you to answer this question. I really hope that you can answer your question in the chat box. Yeah, you have the chat box, right? Because I want to see the answer in the chat box. I won't know your name. You just simply put what is the answer. I want to see how extraordinary the Uni10 students are. Okay, despite the COVID-19. Okay, so ready? It's a very short movie. You have to focus and watch this short movie and answer only one question. Okay. Okay.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Okay, can I get the answer now? How many passes does the team in white make? Can I get the answer? Can I get the answer? Okay, can I get the answer? 12. Okay, some of you says 12. 10. 12. 13. 11. 10. 13. 12. 15. Ini lagi ramai. 15. Okay. Most of you answered 10. Okay, ada the one, 17. And also 7. Okay. Okay. So let's see whether you guys are extraordinary. Okay, let's continue.
This is...
Okay.
The answer is 13.
Wow, okay. So the answer is 13. Siapa jawab 4 lah, 1 lah, 10, 12. You are wrong. But are you extraordinary? Those who answered 13. Are you extraordinary? Okay, let's watch until the end of this movie.
But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go!
Yeah, that's the moonwalking bear. Okay, So I would say that those who are extraordinary from Unit 10 is Nabihan. Siapa lagi? Nabihan. Who else? Anonymous ni. There's a guy dancing. Yeah, you can see. Azrif. I saw that bear. Yeah, Azrif. Anonymous and only see a bear dancing. Okay. Who else? Okay. This is this is extraordinary. Is the team in white shirt or the team with the white color skin? Okay, various answers. Okay, that bear hurts my eyes. I lost the count. No, dear, you are the extraordinary person because you are actually can find something that is missed by others. Okay, so when you are looking at this COVID-19, don't look at it as the only as a pandemic, as a negative pandemic. You have to expect the unexpected. You have to foresee what are actually your roles. What are your roles that you can expand to face the current new norm. You remember, you are the problem solver. You are a very quick decision maker, and you are a risk taker. So you must make use of this quality to make sure that you can rethink how the works can be done safely and quickly using all this technology, using all this experience, knowledges that you have as engineer. So with that, I thank you.
Okay, so if there's any questions from the audience, you can type in the Q&A box. Dr. Shaida is available to answer a few questions if there's any. Okay, so if there's any questions from the audience, you can type in the Q&A box. To answer questions if there's any.
Is there any question? They want to rush. They want to rush watching K-pop movie lah kot ni.
Okay, Unit 10 students, I think you're extraordinary, right? So any questions based on what Dr. Shaida has mentioned?
I think they are too extraordinary. They understood every single slide that I've discussed. They are too extraordinary. So
But it was very interesting, Doctor. Yeah, there was a lot of the information there. So there's a great opportunity for engineers with this. Okay, kejap. Ada satu soalan. Doctor, what do you think about the pilot who opened up the stall and serves food in his uniform?
yeah, we need that to survive lah. Yeah, he's just trying to, I would consider him as a quick problem solver as well. Okay, because when you read his story, he has been with no jobs for many months, and for his survival and the family survival, yeah, of course, you have to think. You have to think quickly on how to solve the problems. Not only engineers lah, betul? But for engineers, we are trained. We are trained to be like that, okay? And the same goes to when I discussed with you about this data analyst just now, okay? When don't just look at your profession. Oh, I'm graduated with bachelor degree in electrical engineering. My future job that I will only work on is electrical engineer. No, okay? You can be a data analyst. Data analyst, for instance, is nowadays is a very highly income career. Yeah, if we talk about data analyst, alamak doctor, where this data analyst works? Huh? Is it only with those with data with data like with the Department of Statistics? No. Very big oil and gas companies, okay, like Petronas, Shell, okay, they are looking for data analysts, even inexperienced one. Yang non-experienced also they are looking for, because for them, these youngsters like you guys, you are the one who will be very quick learner on all these data analysts, all these mining, data mining, machine learning, engineering. If they were to give these jobs to old school like me, lambat lah. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. The pilot who opened up the stall and serves food in his uniform.
Doctor, ada interesting question here. If you have any idea on preemptive analytics, according to this student punya supervisor, it's a new addition for data analytics, which is preemptive analytics, which is normally used for medical purposes. Any application for engineering?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not sure whether in Unit 10 you have this you marry, because you don't have medical, right? Okay. In UTM we have this engineering medical faculty. Even can I share my slide balik? Boleh tak ke?
Yes, not yet, but you can. I'll stop my sharing. Doctor boleh share.
Even just now, if you notice, sekarang dah share ke?
Not yet.
Itu dah ke? Dah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. From that one university. Kejap, saya tengah tengok balik. Because there are many slides just now. There is from one university. It's actually it's a medical engineering school. Which one? Alamak ke? I didn't take it. It's from a medical engineering school who comes out with this data with the models based on the engineering. It is done by the engineering students, okay, but the contribution is towards the medical. Okay, we have all in UTM. We are the pioneer in. We have been working together with the KPJ, KPJ, the Johor, like Hospital Tawakal, Ampang Puteri, okay, with KPJ. We come up with this electronic, I'm not sure whether I use the right term because I'm a civil engineer by practice, but this is done by EE Group, Electrical, Electronics and Medical Engineering, Biomedical, we call it Biomedical Engineering. They come up with this heart, okay, heart. Engineered heart, okay, using all this, they collect data from this, it's a very data-driven kind of heart, okay. I can give a contact number to Dr. Anissa. Maybe if you want this professor to talk about this, this Dr. Noliza, Prof. Noliza, she is an electrical, electronics, machine learning professor by profession, but he is she is doing research on biomedical. So it's possible. It's very possible to marry these two. Even just now we were talking about the poll voting kind, the voting system kind. It's nothing to do with engineering. It's very related to human resource or social sciences. But we as engineer, we can contribute back to the society in giving solution from the perspective of an engineer. Don't restrict yourself. You are extraordinary kan? Okay, so don't restrict yourself. Okay, despite this COVID-19 pandemic, despite your background, you must always think that, yeah, I can do this. Okay. Any more question?
Okay, ada satu question. Is it better to lay off professional workers or reduce their wages? But I'm not sure whether it's the correct avenue, but do you have any ideas or you reserve to answer?
As on the industry, and it depends on what type of workers, professional workers that we have. Okay, I believe that we should prioritize our local talents. Okay, as you can see, many of these conglomerates, okay, they are actually hiring many professionals, foreign professionals, which their salary were like triple ke, I don't know lah how many folds compared to our local expertise. Okay, just because they are foreign workers, they call not foreign workers, they call expatriates. So I believe that in that perspective, okay, we should prioritize, okay, our local workers. Okay, so we should replace. Okay, I don't want to use the term. I should replace these foreign expatriates with local talents. That's my view on that.
There's one question here which is, I think, quite interesting. Prof, what's your perspective on how engineers approach the problems as compared to scientists?
Okay, one of the I did one research on the STEM related. It was like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I did one research on the STEM related career, and we examined the qualities, okay, the qualities amongst the STEM careers lah, of which include the scientists. Okay, so we perceive that the engineers, we are more risk taker. We are amongst the STEM, okay, including lah medical, doctors, whatnot, okay, mathematicians, apa lagi, scientists, technologists, whatever. We are number one as the risk taker. So as a risk taker, we prone to take actions, make decision quickly. Okay, compared to other professions. In this case, compared to scientists. Okay, and this is where you can see we try to solve the problems. Let's say the problems of insufficiency in, face mask, hospitals, capacity. We do it very fast, 10 days, blah, 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 blah. But when we're talking about the vaccine, how long have been waited? The vaccine. I wish that we engineers, we do have this capability of coming out with this vaccine. Otherwise, we'll get the vaccine maybe in months. Okay. Okay. So that's my response on that.
Okay. Ada soalan ni. As future engineers, what would you recommend us to do to prepare ourselves better to go through the challenges and gain more opportunities, just in case another global incident occurs in the future?
Yeah, I think it's good for you to look for, first, don't with this current economic turmoil, I would say current economic turmoil globally, first, don't be too picky in terms of jobs. Okay, don't be too picky. Okay, and I know that it's the engineering professions are currently the one that is shrinking. Okay, because we don't have many infrastructure needed, current new infrastructures to be built. We just have the current ongoing, which we want to complete it soon as possible, which we foresee by 2024 we will start booming in terms of our construction industry. But then, while waiting for that, what you can do is that don't be too picky in terms of jobs. Okay, try to upskill and reskill. And if you've got opportunity, okay, the upskill and reskill is very short term, you know, because it's just like a course, a talk or a seminar. But in long term, maybe you can upskill yourself in terms of having the postgraduate degree. Okay, I just want to share with you the current scenario happened in Korea. I was staying in Korea for 1.5 years. Okay, I was working with Hyundai Heavy Industries under the project management division, where we work closely on constructing this oil and gas platform. So throughout my 1.5 years in Korea, specifically in Ulsan, bukan Busan, Ulsan, okay, I would see that their competition is very high. Okay, very high, because most of the students are very good students. Their results all four flats. Universities research paper, many papers, many conferences, many books. Everything is perfect. So how are they going to compete? Okay, in their career, what they did was, apa dia buat? They do plastic surgery. Saya bukan nak cakap kita buat plastic surgery. No, I'm talking in a perspective of how they need to compete themselves up until to the stage that they have to do plastic surgery to make themselves more pleasant compared to the others. Up until to that stage, we are Muslims. We are learned society. We don't want lah kan to do like that. But those are the things that you need to consider. You need to upskill yourself, how you want to differentiate, how you want to make yourself extraordinary from others. Okay, I am who are you? I'm a bachelor degree graduate from Uni10. Graduated last year. Okay, I am also the graduate from Uni10. So how to differentiate you from her or from him? Probably I have this Penjana KPT tadi kan, Penjana KPT certificate, or I am the member of Institute of Engineers Malaysia. I am a certified members of blah 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 blah. I am the volunteer, even though you are the volunteer. I was the student volunteer of IEM your society tadi, I can't remember. SIR, Sir Uni10. Those are actually putting you in a special place, okay, that make you extraordinary from other candidates. So you must be creative. You are engineers. You must be creative on how to make yourself unique from others. Okay, as for me, you may think that, alah, doctor, you don't have to think about being unique lah. You have your PhD or you have your professional engineers status. No. Me, myself, I need to make sure that I am unique compared to other speaker, for example. Okay, I want my talk today to catch your heart lah, kononnya. Okay, it's very you can understand what I'm saying, so that my time spent in preparing the slides, in talking popet is something worth the value that I spent on. Okay, so I want something to be creative. So what I did, okay, I tried to make it very pictorial. I add in pictures, I add in videos, I ask question, inject some humor. So that's how we make ourselves extraordinary. Try to make yourself extraordinary. Remember that.
Okay. Now ada yang tanya ni, what is your view sekarang ni dikata corruption in engineering? Are engineers underpaid leading them to corruption? Do you have any ideas?
It's not only engineers lah, kan? Anything lah, even lecturers pun ada yang corrupted, even ministers pun ada corrupted, even siapa-siapa, any career, the corruption is everywhere. Okay, it's quite the question is quite I thought you will have something about ethics next week.
Yeah, I think you can reserve that question for next week maybe.
By IEM as well, right?
Yes.
So reserve that question for him.
Okay. Right. So probably ada banyak soalan and I think I'll just choose a few more. Are you okay, Doctor?
Boleh.
Okay. So now graduates are starting to apply for jobs, but at the same time companies pun ada yang retrench their staff. So how would they make themselves more able to stand out among this? Sebab yelah sekarang ni with post COVID ni ada yang kena retrench, so how can they compete in the same market?
Saya dah jawab tadi sikit. Kan? Saya jawab tadi.
Yes.
Because my area is civil, so I got to know a lot more on civil engineering opportunities. Okay, the CIDB, Construction Industry Development Board, they have this 12 days, if I'm not mistaken, free course, free certification. Okay, otherwise you have to pay 5,000 ringgit. Okay, but this is it's especially done during this COVID-19 for those being retrenched or for those youngsters like you guys, means those who has the bachelor degree certificate or diploma degree certificate but not yet working. Okay, because I am one of the trainer for this course, 12-day course. You will attend this course and where at the end of 12 days, you have exams as well. At the end of 12 days, you will get the certificate as a certified construction site supervisor, or it depends on which course that you want to attend, or certified construction project manager. Okay, certified construction project manager, CCPM, is only dedicated for bachelor degree, whereas the certified construction site supervisor, CCSS, is for both minimum diploma. Okay, after the end of that 12 days, you will get that certificate which you can use for government projects, because starting 2024, all government projects, project manager must have that CCPM certificate by the CIDB. Okay, and then on top of that, you will get 500 ringgit. Makan, everything is tanggung by the CIDB, by the government under Penjana, I think Penjana something the name, but you will get 500 ringgit. Okay, so those that is one example that I could give in order for you to upskill, reskill yourself. Okay, other than that, I think it's also good opportunity for you to further studies. Okay, further studies is very great opportunity nowadays because there are abundant of grants. Okay, abundant of grants by the Ministry of Higher Education and other ministry, for instance, MOSTI Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Work. They have these grants provided to students, okay, to the postgraduate students to do research on their behalf to solve the problems of the industry. So when you enroll in this master's degree program, your tuition fees will be covered, usually will be covered, and you will get a monthly allowance of 2,000 ringgit, if I'm not mistaken. 1,800 to 2,000 ringgit for master student. You can see, you can just Google, research and research assistant opportunities. There are abundant, especially in Malaysia. And plus, while we are still in online mode, it's easier for you to do masters during this period of time.
Okay, thank you for that, Dr. Sebab ada juga yang tanya tadi, is it better to continue masters or get a job? So I think that is one of the opportunities you can look out lah. I mean, if you can probably upskill by doing masters. There was also a question on upskilling too. Is it better to go towards technical punya upskilling, for example, programming, machine learning, or something in the financial side, upskilling in terms of their knowledge on the financial aspects?
You should ask yourself, which is your interest. I cannot say it's good for you to go to let's say project management, because project management is currently a booming thing in engineering fraternity. But at the same time, you don't have heart on project management, whereas data science is also relevant, is also a booming in the industry. So you have to ask your heart, which is close to your heart, which is your interest. Okay, because even if you ask me to do on data scientist, that is not my interest. To be frank with you, data analytics is not my interest. So even though I'm good at doing my jobs, I might not good when I ended up in data analytics career. Okay, so it depends on you.
All right, so I think there were many interesting questions. Thank you very much to all of you for asking the questions. Now I will pass over to the MC.
Okay, thank you for the wonderful talk, Dr. Shuhaida. I believe each and every one of us have gained more knowledge and broadened our views on the impact of COVID-19 on engineering industry today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our evening. On behalf of Society of Engineer and EIS coordinators, I would like to express our gratitude to our honorable guest, Associate Professor, Professional Technologies IR, Dr. Shuhaida, for her presence today, and thank you all the participants for your presence and participation. It's been our pleasure to host this event. Wish you all a pleasant day. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.